Hey everybody, Bobby G, back for the next episode of me going through Contraption Maker. And there's something interesting that I didn't even realize until I was setting up for the next video here, is that we've completed the entire tutorial section. All 5 pages are finished, and hitting the next puzzle button actually took us over to the easy puzzles, and we darn well almost took out the first page. And I wasn't even aware of it until about couple minutes ago. So that's great news. I thought we were still in the tutorial section, but we may as well keep going because we have medium and hard to get through as well. So let's just continue on to Sewer Survey. Sewerman Sam needs to go fix some pipe problems. Get him down to the sewer so he can start working. Okay. Well, it seems like here's the sewer, so our buddy here probably has to fall off. And first things first, this bucket needs to get raised up from the paper lantern. And then this dog needs to remove this wooden plank, is my guess. And there's 2 things that are going to be needed for that. The first would be this dog toy, which if you remember from previous puzzles, he seems to just kind of whip this dog toy into the air, I guess is how you would say it, and you just kind of hope he hits what you want him to hit. And as we can see, that's so far the case. Now I'm hoping he'll throw this ball, and our little dog friend here will start chasing after it. And exactly that happens, ladies and gentlemen. And that one wasn't so bad at all. Time to make a smoothie. Turn on the blender. Well, I guess we can manage that much, but boy, if it doesn't look like a bit of a task here. There's 5 pieces, a couple bowling balls, so okay. Well, first things first, I bet that this teeter-totter, or whatever you want to call it, what is it called? Yeah, teeter-totter. It's going to be needed there. And then hopefully this bowling ball here will land on the hamster, which will do what? Which will certainly do something. Why don't we see if we have that much? Indeed we do. Indeed we do, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I was trying to contemplate what this belt could be used for, but it seems quite obvious now that it'll hook onto this conveyor belt. Hopefully it'll get the bowling ball over to the anti-gravity platform, as it were. And then what? I feel like there's... Is it possible we have more than enough pieces? No. Not quite anyway. Can we rotate this trampoline? We can. So why don't we do something like this? 1, 2, 3. Up it goes. Easy peasy. See, that's interesting. I mentioned in the last episode, we came across a couple puzzles that you didn't need all the parts they gave you to solve it. So I wonder if is there an alternative that would utilize this last teeter-totter that I'm not seeing, but hey, I guess it doesn't really matter. We got it accomplished nonetheless. Advanced gears. Uh-oh. Gears can actually change the rotation and speed of conveyor belts. Use the gears to drop 3 iron balls into the box. Okay. Well, what do I know? All I know is that we need to get some gears going from multiple angles. See, there's a generator over here, or whatever you'd like to call it. And somehow... I think we need one more at least. Will that work? Let's see if that'll do it. Not quite. I actually seem to lock up the gear more than help it. Maybe I just need to position it a little differently. It's kind of wedged in between all the other ones. There we go. Except, can we somehow change the rotation? Maybe we need to get it on this side. Aha! So just positioning it on the other gear gets it going, and, well, it seems quite clear that this one doesn't have enough oomph, as it were, to make it all the way down. But how to solve that is a good question. Now, we didn't even use any big gears, but at the same time, it doesn't seem like we need to. But perhaps, well, maybe the bigger gears will... How do I get rid of it? Maybe the bigger gears will provide more motion, like quicker motion. That sounds reasonable, right? Not really. If anything, it almost feels slower. Yeah, it feels slower. Are there any clues on the background here? I don't think so. But what left is there to even try? Maybe use gears to change the speed and power of belts. Okay. So maybe, maybe... But I don't see... Maybe I need to hook it up initially to a large belt. But, you know, that kind of seems strange. Oh, well that indeed did it. Well, geez, I need to learn... I need to learn to look at the help a little more often. That was all it took, just having a bigger gear hooked up to the smaller one. Well, that kind of makes me feel a little silly having gone through all the motions just for that. But alright. It's dinner time, but Tim is still up on the hill. Help him get down the hill to his house. Alright. Alright, well, it seems somewhat clear that we need something like this. That conveyor belt should start... Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Maybe something like that. Will he make it through? Yes, he will. Except, okay. Well, somehow he knew to get off the sled, so that works out. I thought these snowmen were going to have something to do with it, but not quite. So our buddy Tim made it home for dinner. It's very important. Milton has set up a trap for Waldo, but it's missing a couple pieces. Alright, this reminds me of a board game from probably 20 years ago. I never had it myself, but boy, if I didn't see a lot of commercials for it. Okay, so... I would guess that our mouse friend needs to blow this soccer ball over this way, which will hit the anti-gravity, and presumably then hit the scissors, which will do the rest of the work for us, and this one probably won't be so bad. Perfect. Cat trap. Usually it's a mouse trap. Tim is out from the lab, and Tinker forgot how to turn on the Tasty Treat 5000. Well, that is quite the problem, and we're going to help him figure that out. So, let's see. Will this Will this bowling ball... Okay. That's going to... do what? Not even sure what this should hook onto. Okay. Ah, we need it to plug into this one, it seems. I'm not even sure what's all going on here. Okay, okay. Well, geez, most of that puzzle was set up for us. Well, that one wasn't so bad at all. All we had to do was hook up the generator to the jack-in-the-box. Fair enough. Help Tim and Waldo launch their first rocket from their tree fort. Now we're talking. Nothing like a good tree fort, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just see what even is supposed to go on here in the first place. A series of events. Something like this, I'm sure, has to be part of the equation. And I'm not quite sure what this last part is yet. Well, the candle just falls for some reason. Ah. Of course. The candle falls for some reason because I need to hook it up to the conveyor belt. And if I have everything aligned, I can't imagine this to be too difficult. And so far so good. Easy peasy. See, now I still feel kind of silly that that advanced gear puzzle gave me so much trouble, because then the next couple right after that are downright easy. It's Steve's birthday, but he's having trouble reaching the top of his cake. Why would you reach the top of your cake? Ah, to blow out the candle. Oh, I see. Here's the cake. Help him blow out the candle. Alright. Let's see what happens here. Yet again, a lot of this is seemingly set up for us. Wait a minute. I can position a teapot like that? No, not really. But can we just rotate it? Like it's, there we go. Kind of facing the wrong way, but this should do it. And then... well, that should be it. And that'll blow out the candle. Kind of. Let's just give it a shot. I think we're pretty good. And our little alligator friend is... I guess that's whose birthday it is. Oh, that's why he couldn't get up there. He's an alligator. How's an alligator gonna get up there? Happy birthday to Steve indeed. The canyon is too big to jump across. Help Tinker. Who this, I guess, is the dog. I forgot that's what his name was. Alright, so we have to reunite Tim, who's over here, and his pal Tinker. So... well, he's going for a bit of a ride. And you know, if I were Tim, I would think perhaps I wouldn't take my dog onto such a canyon like this. I mean, how dangerous is all of this? And the scissor will cut the string, and that's all that was all about. Jeez, so easy. I better stop saying things are easy, or I'm gonna get a doozy of a puzzle. It's dark and scary things... wait, what? Scary down in the basement. I'll turn the light on, I guess. But how? That is the first... thing to understand is how. So I'm guessing... the dynamite needs to blow up the brick. Put the pinwheel back. The dynamite, this is the trigger for the dynamite. You can set the seconds, or I believe, but perhaps not on this one. Doesn't seem important. And then, let's get the old pinwheel to get the T whistle going, and we'll turn the light on. I think we got this one pretty licked. Aha. Not bad. That one looked more intimidating before I knew exactly what was going on. Waldo can't take it anymore. Break Phil's bowl so he can eat. Poor Waldo. Oh no, we have to kill a fish now. This is a brutal world. It's the way it goes, I guess. Let's just see what happens here. Well, it's pretty clear that this needs some sort of electricity. But what kind? But what kind? What kind? What kind? Okay. So that doesn't matter. That will just get the conveyor belt rolling. Except it needs to be over here, so when the baseball falls, it'll hit it. Anti-gravity will take its course, and the ball will go up. And our buddy, the cat, gets to feast on this poor fish that was just chilling in his bowl, but that's the way it goes, I guess. Waldo just finished construction on his stunt ramp. Cut the rope holding his cooler to get it moving. His Aiden cooler? Alright. So, let's just hit play. Not much really happened, but it seems as if a lot of this kind of thing needs to happen. And then what? Then the scissors need to be in place for when this ball falls. It'll cut that rope, and I think that's about it. And our buddies... The entire point of that was to send our poor cat friend just off this ramp in a cooler. Why is he even in a cooler? Alright. It's a snow day at the lab. Help Tim turn off the light so he can play outside. Alright. Well, that sounds reasonable to me. I think. Let's hit play and see what happens. Well, he needs the light to go out. Okay, okay. So it's quite clear that this rope at some point needs to get cut. So let's see, here we go. The lighter should hit the cannon, it'll hit the scissors, and the plank should fall. Not quite, I guess, here, hold on. Oh, we could just place it kind of wherever. Alright, doesn't who's worried about gravity, right? Who's worried about gravity in the sense that this cannon can just hover above the light? And that really should be it. Easy peasy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'll thank you once again for joining me. I think we're going to end it on a note. I've had about 6 or 7 successful puzzles in a row pretty quick, so I'm going to cut it short before I run into a doozy. Karma's bound to come back at me after calling all these puzzles easy. But, hey, we're in the easy section, so I guess what do I expect? I'm sure the ones in medium and hard are really going to hurt me, so I better just enjoy it while it lasts. But anyway, this has been Bobby G. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.